Witness my rise.
You're open!
Overruled.
Oh, there goes all the Mora! We worked hard to steal that. Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh?
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was... But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal?
You've got a deal. Now show it.
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in here but IOUs!
Yeah, a lot of... And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store. Miss, we better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to... As for you...
So, we redeemed ourselves for...
Shut it. Let's just get out.
Please speak to President Song.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. Or perhaps so you're friends of Kurosawa.
Whoa! How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything super...
Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost.
So that's how he was getting those But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the price...
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been careful. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have... So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was... And no one ever appreciated what he did.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth, of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provision, if you're still curious, why don't you go... I see. That most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so...
Sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possessed... I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift. In hindsight, I regret that... Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll... Oh, but before you go... Information is also a... Don't worry. I won't charge much.
At least we now know where the... Let's go talk to Kurosawa. What are you...
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarder?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really...
Strange. Is that really the kind of person. I don't really have any such. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense this sword was once. I remember once when I was young. I wanted to sneak out. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. So many memories gone. Forever. No matter, all I can remember now is my father telling me and said,
Hey! If you look, can you recognize the words?
virtue? Somehow those two words seem to be taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. But what use are virtue and justice? The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the irony of all of it is, I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad.
Yet another trope. When we get the chance, let's speak to... In any case, we must never let him Yeah. Fortunately for us, let's go find the next... The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. So this is his dojo. Luckily...
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be... Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all up.
Maybe, but things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never...
It's just because he's been...
Hey there!
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately! Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live...
No! You got it so wrong! We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo, but then we got here and overheard...
From the way you're dressed, please, accept my apologies. We've had so... You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? Sensei's name is Domon. A name I'm sure you've already heard. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other... He once said that his goal was to become the best swordman. And so, even while training us, he continued to... But then...
The third person? Paimon heard that this is his dojo.
Nanako, don't... Those thugs that...
Maybe, but things have gotten dangerous before...
It's just because he's been...
Hey there!
Who are you? I don't care whether you... Don't make me draw my blade.
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep. But then we...
Please, you haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, Sensei's name is Domon. A name I'm sure you've already... Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters. He once said that his goal was to become the best swordman. And so, even while training us, he continued to... But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken. He says the strangest things over and over. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's been possessed by an evil spirit. So we've asked, but if I'm honest, I still have my
The Grand Naru...
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close not that we'd have any going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening.
So...
Advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
Shh. Just now, when she asked him who, it looked like he was. All the while he kept. One of them was, since they witnessed the ritual has now begun. Please,
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? We won't let them get away. Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person sighted!
How did you... Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? You move even quicker than... Unless... I guess it...
Excuse me? We're the ones that... And what are you doing sneaking around these...
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day. Long before you ever showed up. I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you...
His senior?
Anzai? Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated. When we were young, we trained under the same swordmaster, studying Make-Yoshi Sui art together. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom. But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best swordmaster, barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him from ever mastering the blade. I thought so too at the time, but Domon began making swift progress in his training and even started catching up with me. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection.
Sure sounds like he meant business.
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Make-Yoshi. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the long. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and after that I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still respect him. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he? I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete so you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. Okay, you've heard my story.
Seems like we still...
You're saying he isn't possessed? Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible?
Nanako, please.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any but spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim, and all is certainly not lost. For I received word not long ago that
Lady Yai? Is that...
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's
correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yai can give a conclusive verdict.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yai?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. Lady Yai does n- I must leave now, but we will meet soon.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our sensei?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yai's attention?
No, that's not what I meant. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. Anyway, given that you've traveled all this way just to...
Sure! Who knows?
Something with which to commemorate this occasion.
What's the hurry?
Everlasting as the moon! An impressive bounty.
Do you think that's Lady Yai? Also, is it just Paimon? It was probably nothing.
Keep away. I gave up the art of the sword. Please.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all—
Lady Yai, it must be a possession. This is nothing like him at all. In the past,
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
Then
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai, even without his ambition...
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an N. What of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both?
Lady, I'm not sure.
The path of the sword master is filled with twists and turns. It requires one to take their sword. Only a deep commitment to win that ambition.
Poor sensei.
I'm sorry, Father.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Onsai? Did he follow us the whole—
Onsai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you?
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, but that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way.
But what if one day, I put everything I had into trying to become the best? If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the... I can't know whether I will... I want to keep going until...
Nanako's far from the only one.
Goodness.
You see? Being stripped of your ambition is so... Just as I once placed mine, you are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing.
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Miyakyoshi. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will... But as your sensei, this is my promise.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, but I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will well, don't just stand there staring.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on—
Traveler, a moment, please.
So, the wind that blows from afar carries. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Ya, she seems super mysterious. But, guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Traveler, Paimon, it is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face. I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Ayaka?
Because now that you have done the 3 things I asked of you,
Oh, wait.
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Tell me. Back to the matter at hand. You have... Thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains descent. But I believe that surely you understand what I must... It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate... You will? Really? Naturally.
Alright, bravo.
See? I told you... Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more... confidential nature...
Well, here we are.
Please continue without me.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and repair any property on this. Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs. Oftentimes, it is...
Oh, Paimon gets it! Gotta keep a bit of mystery.
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here. Only members of the Yashiro Commission...
Makes sense. Perfect place for us.
In any case, we can talk freely here. The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on but only a few occasions. She inspires awe, commands respect. It was her almost complete The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, the vision... After all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Because of this, the attitude of most people towards the vision hunt...
How can they be like that?
Nevertheless, in addition to us, there is also the resistance on one...
Resistance?
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sangonomiya to say a little more about Sangonomiya. Historically, there has always been some... But I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement. Of course. We have tried on numerous occasions. They invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun's decision. It almost makes one want...
Ooh, Paimon has a question.
Oh? What would you like?
Have you got a plan yet?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenge...
So...
Well, for example, by providing vision bear...
You're telling Paimon...
Don't underestimate the problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit vision...
Darn! So they found...
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution. Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities as by no means when you are ready.
Just hand it over. You don't want any trouble with me. If you think your elemental powers are enough to resist the Vision Hunt decree, then you'd better think again. Believe me, you're not the first of your kind we've encountered, and we've seen the same unpleasant outcome time after time.
Can't you make an exception?
So this is the Vision Hunt decree in action, huh? We can't just sit around... Psst! Huh? There's someone trying... Come on! This way! What's going on? Can't you see me? Shh! Quiet! Just... Hey! This isn't right, you know! Just because you don't have a vision doesn't mean you can... Huh? Hey, wait! You do... Shh! If you don't keep your voice down, I won't have one.
All right. Here.
Wise choice.
What should we do what could happen to him after losing it? This is your fault. You.
Many thanks, Miss Yoimiya. If you hadn't swapped me a fake just now, I'm sure I would have lost it.
No worries. You put on quite the convincing performance.
Oh, so that's what's going on here. And to think Paimon was about to unleash Paimonial wrath on Miss Yoimiya.
Think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction. Oh, right. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yoimiya, the current owner of Naganohara Fireworks.
Practically everyone on Hanamizaka knows Yoimiya. She's the queen of the summer festival. Without her and her fireworks, summer on Naru—
Whoa, that's quite...
Stop it, Hunch. As for thanking me, you'd be better off thanking Master Masakatsu. He's the one that gave me the fake visions in the first place. His handiwork allowed me to keep my own vision. Whew,
Yes,
Master Matsu...
Huh? Do you guys know him too? You don't say! Then it sounds like the Shirasagi Himegimi has a plan. Awesome! But if I just marched straight in there by myself, I'd probably get... So, what about if I join?
Sure, welcome to the team.
So?
Whoa.
Not bad, huh?
Time to...
How can I... Oh my god.
We can do this! Now that we're inside, this...
Come on, this way! As I certainly wouldn't want to end up locked away, and we should split up. Yes,
Laid bare. I must withdraw.
Talk about a big door! It seems we need to collect something shaped like Magatama in order to open it.
Transfixed. I must. I must withdraw. Laid bare. Bastard. Battle formation! I've lost.
This wall looks a bit odd. Maybe there's some special trick to it. These guys seem a lot tougher than usual. Paimon wonders if that armor over there has anything to do with the source of their strength.
Brace yourselves! Soldiers, quick!
Transfixed. This is where you fall. Overruled.
I must withdraw.
I need to train harder.
Doesn't that Magatama shape look pretty similar to the grooves on the door over there?
Brace yourself. Show me what you've got.
Windblade!
I dare you! Don't hold back! Show me what you've got!
Withdraw.
I dare you! Don't hold back! I need to train harder.
Over there. That must be Master Masakatsu.
Did you really think that little trick of yours could fool us? Locking you up was just...
Oh no! Those Tenryou Commission brutes are torturing him!
If we don't come up with a way to break him out fast, then...
I can't bear to watch.
Hey, you there!
Ma'am. We were just teaching him a little lesson.
Huh? Who's that?
That's Kujo Sara, adopted daughter of the Kujo clan of the Tenryou Commission. She's also a general in the...
Make way, let me have a look at him. I'm sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against
Yes, ma'am.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful action, then you are also unworthy.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Hey, this is Yoimiya. Are you...
Who is that? Quick, going in.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide!
Sorry. I didn't mean to. Don't worry, I've got us covered. Time for my little present.
Huh? Was that an explosion?
It sounded like fireworks.
Quick, let's hurry!
The fireworks are. Well, fireworks are my craft after all. Look, the coast is.
Yoimiya.
Master Masakatsu! Sorry we took so long. Come on! We've got no time to lose! Oh.
Yes. Leave. He's in serious condition. Be sure he gets... But remember, once he's recovered, it won't be long.
Well...
Leave.
Phew. We're finally out of that creepy place.
Yes. Finally,
Master Masakatsu, how d-
Don't worry. I think I can make it to the infirmary without killing up.
Thank you. All of you. Don't worry about us. Just take care of Master Masakatsu. Good thing we were able... Right. It seems as... How about we go...
I see. So Kujo Sara stayed. I wonder if we should try establishing contact with her. Perhaps we...
Unlikely. Don't forget, Kujo Sara is already our next set of plans.
There's no need to rush, my lady. Things seem to have taken a turn for the better, at least. Not only have we rescued Master Masakatsu, but our list of allies yes, which reminds me. The Tenryou commissions and the number of samurai...
A ceremony, you say?
I don't know.
Being in a constant Toma.
I'd say a funny...
A hot bot?
Simply put, that we take it in turn. Anyone who guesses correct... Don't you think it sounds like fun? I've been wanting...
You really do? Well, sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Time to gather some Let's see what we've got. Nice! You can't go... Paimon never thought we'd be the only ones to act...
Yeah, you can say that again. But hey, at least...
I'm afraid it's your own fault for adding all those strange ingredients, Toma. Even with a traveler's normal ingredients,
But weren't you the one who added those little cakes in? Boiling cakes in hot pot? Ugh.
I must apologize. To be perfectly honest...
Uh-oh. I'm definitely not a...
You know, Toma, all you had to do was guess...
Perhaps I think my luck has already taken a turn for the better. So without further ado, I hereby declare that the winner of today's
Oh, brother.
Good effort, team. Another important job taken care of. Next on the...
Yes, and with the extra time,
Let's all take... Downtime is hard. I'll tidy things up.
There's gonna be a...
Sure, why not?
Bye, Toma. Where do we go from here? What's the plan?
Traveler, Paimon, hold on.
Huh? Ayaka?
Something has come up, and I would like to but you ought not be nervous. This is not coming from the Yashiro Commission or the
individual request?
Correct. And this may seem a little sudden, but in my view, a few days ago, I was sorting through some old family. She wrote about all kinds of things, mostly of little consequence. But
probably your mom's best buddy, right?
Never. And although my mother and father passed away many years ago, so I am very curious. According to the notebook, their name is Tsubaki. This seems to have been.
Paimon thinks it sounds like a.
That's what I thought too.
So what do you want us? Do you need us to find?
No. Her address is given in the notebook. Please keep everything I have told you in. The proper course of action would be to involve my brother and visit her together. But he is exactly. That, and you are all.
You can count on.
Wonderful.
Oh, we don't mind.
Thank you kindly.
All right, sounds.
You